you guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Emily, and I wanted to come on here tonight and introduce my Braille Note Touch Plus series. The Braille Note Touch Plus is a tablet slash note taker from Humanware, and I've done a couple videos comparing the Touch Plus to the Apex, the Touch Plus to the original Touch, but now I am wanting to do some videos where I just talk about what I think about the Touch Plus and how I use it. So I will link my other videos about the Braille Note products in the description, but in this video I want to mainly answer how I use the Braille Note Touch Plus in 2021 and do I think it is worth it, because there are a whole lot of other awesome products on the market. So I want to just talk about the apps that I use kind of on my main menu, or I should say my menu is what Humanware calls it, which is like your desktop if you are a Windows user, and kind of give my review as of early 2021 and say if I could go back to 2019 when I got this device, would I do it again? And so first we are going to go over, I believe, sorry, I can't talk tonight. It's been a long day, but we are going to do a physical description of the device, just so whenever I'm talking you are aware of what's going on. But I have the 32 cell model of the device. It also comes in an 18 cell, and on the front, or on the face of the device, is a 32 cell Braille display, and then right above the Braille display is a set of cursor routing keys that line up with each one of the Braille cells, so that way you can go into a document and go right to where you need to make a change and change it very quickly. It's kind of like a cursor on like a Mac or a Windows computer, something like that. It's very useful for editing documents and things like that. And then right above that, on the face of the display, or on the face of the device, is the 8-dot Perkins keyboard, which can be lifted up to the touch screen, which I will show you. Can be lifted up to the display, because I keep it in the case because I prefer to use the Perkins keyboard. If y'all can see, my screen has a little small crack, just from wear and tear. My screen has a crack before I learned that you should probably keep this in a padded laptop section. Just a pro tip, keep this in a padded laptop section if you're going to be traveling around a lot. But you can use this as a normal note taker, or use it more like a tablet type experience. But on the front of the display is the Humanware's typical 4 thumb keys with 3 additional buttons: a triangle back button, a circle home button, which is also the Google Assistant button, and a square kind of recent apps and context menu button. And then on the left side of the device is the volume up and down, power button, and the USB-C charging. And then on the right side of the device is the action button, which can be used like as play, pause in some apps, and headphone and the microphone plug-in things. I believe I said that in the right order. And then on the what I call the back, or what would be on the opposite facing side of you, it's not really the back, but it would be on the opposite side of, or facing away from you, I should, or however you want to say it, on the other side of where the thumb keys are, is the USB thumb drive port, the SD card slot, and a port where you can put in or plug in a display. And then on the back, like on the very back where it touches the table, is a camera, which I do not use, and a place where you can take off the case and switch out the battery. But sorry, my description isn't really the best. If I remember, I will have linked down in the description my other videos where I compare the other HumanWare devices that I've used and the HumanWare website, so that way you can get a better description of the HumanWare products. But so the next part of my video, I want to talk about is what apps I use. So I'm not going to go through all of the apps on the Braille Note Touch Plus, because I get bored. I'm not a big fan of that, but I'm going to go through the apps on the kind of the main screen of my menu, which is kind of like my desktop, and talk about what I use them for, my use case for the Braille Note Touch Plus, and then I am going to talk about if I think the Braille Note Touch Plus is worth it and why. 9:42 p.m. Friday, February so we're going to unlock my device with Space with You. So it just said it's Friday, February 24th, 9:42. So we're going to do Space with You. Unlock, device unlocked. All apps. Then we go back to my menu. Okay. So just so y'all know, if y'all are listening as someone who is curious in using the Braille Note Touch Plus, this is not the default voice. I have customized the voice. This is Ava from the Vocalizer Voices app. I will be doing how to download apps and customize the voices in a later video, so please subscribe for that if that's something that you're interested in. So Ava from Vocalizer is the voice that you will be hearing in this video if you are curious. So we are on my menu / kind of like desktop screen of my Braille Note. And the first app we will come to is the calendar, which syncs up with Google Calendar, or is Google Calendar, and I use this for like linking into Zoom meetings and things like that, because I do a lot of Zoom meetings that help out with some nonprofit organizations, so it's important to keep up with things like that. Docs, I take a lot of notes, like scripts for YouTube videos. These past 2 YouTube videos have been kind of off the cuff, but I try to be very organized, and I'm getting better at trying to take notes and things like that. So Google Docs is really important for that, and working with things with some of the different nonprofit organizations that I work with. Email, Keymail, like responding to emails and things like that with working from home. HW Buddy, which is HumanWare's like resource app. I'm not sponsored by HumanWare. I'm just a fan of their products, but if HumanWare wants to sponsor me, you know, y'all know where to find my YouTube channel. Y'all know how to contact me. Let's chat. So HW Buddy is a really cool app for like learning how to use devices and things like that. It helped me a ton with learning how to use my braille note and things like that. Internet Chrome, it's been really helpful for me. I prefer to use braille more than speech as I've gotten older, as much as possible to get stuff done. So that has been extremely helpful to be able to do stuff like work from home with everything being virtual with a combination of braille and speech.
User guide.
The user guide.
Vocalizer voices.
Vocalizer voices.
Word processor. Keyword.
Word processor keyword, which is basically the Keysoft's or the braille notes version of a word processor. I sometimes will write a document first in Keyword before I upload it in Google Docs, because it is faster and cleaner in my opinion. So I love Keyword. In my humble opinion, it's better than Docs. So, and then I can share a file from there into Keyword. So that's what I'll do a lot. YouTube, because y'all know I'm a YouTube creator. YT Music, I listen to music a lot. Zoom, because I have a lot of Zoom meetings. So those are my most used apps on the Braille Note Touch Plus. So now I'm going to lock my screen.
Screen off. Reader silent.
So now I'm going to talk about, do I think the Braille Note Touch Plus is worth it? In my opinion, for my use case, 100 times over, yes. If I would do whatever I had to do, get credit cards, do whatever I had to do to get it. In my situation, 100 times over, yes, it is worth it, because I do better if I can read it and hear it, and I do better if I can just have one dedicated device, because I don't like Windows, and I'm not personally good enough with laptops and things like that. I know there's plenty of braille displays and things like that, but I just like having one straightforward braille first device, to where all my word processing and emailing needs are met. So I think it is 100% worth it if you are like me and who needs or who depends on braille to get a lot of things done. And it is just an awesome way to get an awesome braille first way to get, especially if you use the Google. I'm not sure how it works with like the Microsoft line of products, but I know like Microsoft emails and things like that. But I know as someone who uses, or it worked really well. Let me digress. It worked really well with saving files off of Microsoft emails with the Outlook app is really accessible. So as someone who spent about a year in college and who heavily depended on this device, and who's going back to school in the very near future, this device, if you need something to do braille or do work, whatever your work is, in a 100% braille first way, go for it. You will not regret it. For me, for doing like emailing, word processing, if that's mainly what you do, if that's mainly what you need from a device, because that's what I mainly need, emailing and word processing, and you want to do that mainly in a braille first way, you will not regret it. I know $6,000 is expensive, but over the past 2 years, I would say I've gotten my money's worth. So for me, it's been worth every penny. I hope this video, I know it's been kind of scatterbrained, but I hope it's kind of helpful. I want to be here to answer any of y'all's questions, and just know that the Braille Note Touch Plus is definitely worth it in early 2021, especially if you use the Google line of products, or even if you use the Microsoft line of products to get your basic word processing. You still might need a laptop to get like your heavy lifting editing, but as far as like your basic word processing and editing and saving and emailing and collaborating with classmates and things like that, it has been a lifesaver for me, who's someone who needs to read something and hear something, to have both options in one very portable device. It has been a lifesaver. So I hope this makes sense. See y'all next time. Bye.